world, it's your girl Brittany, and today I have somebody that's very special and actually pretty new to me. I don't know about you guys. His name is Pluto. What's going on?
Not much. How are you?
Good.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so happy that you're here. We were just talking before the cameras were on about your adventure from, as people from Canada say, Toronto. Us Americans say Toronto.
The six.
The six. You and your woes were on the bus.
Right, yeah.
Came speeding down. I'm so glad you made it here. Okay, first of all, tell me about your name. Why Pluto? What does that mean? I need to know all these answers.
What does it mean? Like, I mean, it's kind of a name that I just kind of, it kind of happened, like, personally. Like, I was chilling with my dog, watching, like, my actual dog, on the couch, watching old Mickey Mouse footage. And I looked at my dog and said, "You're Mickey and I'm Pluto." I said, "Actually, no, let's reverse that." It was just a weird moment when I was young. And I just talked to my dog, so. And that's when I started doing music, like, with my engineer, so I just went with the name.
You were born and raised in Canada. You grew up where?
In the east side of Toronto, Scarborough.
Scarborough. And Scarborough is, I'm gonna sound really ignorant at this moment. Scarborough is like a county, or is it like considered like a state? If that's what
Scarborough, it's
like how do you guys break up Canada? As far as I know, you guys have cities, but then there's like people live in.
Toronto's a city, and like Scarborough's like a suburb outside of it.
Okay.
But it's still Toronto.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's still considered.
It's just outside. Like you got Mississauga, where Party Next Door is from. You got the north end, where I think Drake's from, and then the west, the east, where me and The Weeknd are from.
So I got a chance to listen to your Jessica EP, which is about your ex-girlfriend. What happened between you and Jessica?
It's something that everyone can really relate to. It's someone's first love, you know, and when you're experiencing things with your first love, it's all new,
right?
And you don't know how to react to it. So I feel like your first love kind of hits you the most, unless it's like the person you're married to or all that stuff. So that's probably why it touched you as much as it did with everyone else, because you can relate to it, right? So yeah, it's just the story of my first love and the breakup. So yeah, I just had a whole year and I wrote about it.
Okay, and what was her reaction?
What was her reaction? At first, she's like, "I respect your artistry, but like you should have told me." But like, I don't care.
Yeah, you're like, it doesn't matter. We're not together anymore.
I do music. Like I'm supposed to be doing things like this, so.
Right.
But she understood. Like now we're cool. Now she's totally cool with it.
Okay, but was she like kind of flattered though?
No, not in any way.
No, she was like kind of.
Everybody else is like, if you made an EP about me, I'd love you forever, except that one person.
Yeah, she's like, not exactly.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed the song "Breathe." For some reason, that one was literally like screaming out to me. No pun intended, because there's moments where you're like really hitting those falsetto notes. Kind of explain to me that song and kind of the mindset you were in when you were writing that one.
Well, obviously, I didn't write "So You Can Breathe" like 15 times.
Right.
But sometimes to get your point across, if you're saying "I'll let you go so you can breathe," it might not get across. So sometimes you gotta yell it out. Right. Sometimes it calls for that kind of emotion, right? And plus, it was the ending of the EP, so I wanted to leave it off on a high note and a powerful note, right? So I started off the EP really soft and ended it really hard. So all of it was transitions of my breakup, and the ending was the hardest, letting go. Right. So that's probably why I was screaming. What
do you think is going on right now in Canada? I feel like there's just such an emergence of really great artists that are coming out of every country, and I just feel like over the years, I mean, obviously you've had like the classic greats like Shania Twain and like certain artists that came from Canada, but now it just seems like there's so many dope artists that are coming out. What do you think's in the environment, or like how you guys are kind of interacting with each other that's kind of fostering this creativity and this?
When I think about it, like a Canadian coming to America, I kind of think of it as like a UK artist coming to Canada. Yeah. Because I love UK artists from the UK, so Canada kind of, well, just Toronto, I feel, not all Canada, but Toronto specifically, is something new, something fresh, you know? I mean, America's come up with almost everything, you know? So, Toronto comes in with that new OVO sound. That's what I call it. It's the definite OVO sound. And now I think it's not just that, but it's something new, like Canada's uprising, kind of coming out of the shadows of America, and it's more about the country now instead of the sound.
So who did you listen to, I guess, growing up?
R. Kelly. Like,
gotta love R. Kelly.
I wake up in the morning, my mom would clean and just play R. Kelly and sing Mariah Carey, all that R&B stuff. That's why it's really natural for me. Because as I said, I started off acoustic, right?
Right.
So getting into R&B was really natural because I grew up listening to it. So growing up, I listened to Queen. Queen is what inspired me to start singing. You know the band Queen?
Yeah, Queen.
Yeah. They definitely inspired me to start singing. So as I grew up, I started listening to the stories, and eventually when I grew to the age of like 16, I started listening to people like Frank Ocean, James Blake, you know, all those really poetic kind of people. So yeah, not a lot of artists, but like the very few I listen to them a lot. So like Queen, Frank Ocean, James Blake.
We actually just posted your song Cocaine on our site today. I think it's a really dope song.
Thank you.
You know what I've been noticing? I don't know if this is like a trend, but a lot of singers are writing about things that typically singers wouldn't write about back in the day, right? So like obviously like strippers and sex instead of love, right? And drugs.
Everyone wants to live that bad boy, bad girl kind of lifestyle, and like like The Weeknd, he sings really dark kind of music.
Yeah.
Content is really dark, and it's kind of like a lifestyle for people, and they listen to it and kind of like,
fantasize about being.
Yeah. So it's definitely a trend, but cocaine's kind of in that trend, but still the content is still within like the kind of music I make.
Do you have like a concept or theme for the upcoming project? Yeah.
Yeah, it's Something You Shouldn't Know.
Okay.
That's what
the
project's
title
called.
is.
Yeah.
Okay. Something you shouldn't know.
Every time I say that, they're like, oh.
They're like, did Pluto just shade the fuck out of it? No, that's gonna be the project.
It's just complete and utter honesty. Something you should know, but I'm obviously gonna tell you anyways because I want to build that connection between me and the listener, you know.
Okay.
So, and if you can relate, then perfect.
I think it's dope.
Hi, I'm Pluto, and you're watching GlobalGrind.
Eggplant Friday.
It was on my page.
Whole page. Yeah, people are deleting you. You're probably like, what the f?
I need this for Chris. And at first we were like, nah, hell nah, we keeping it. This is our song, you know?